Alright, so just a very little video today, very short one, and it's about doing stuff, because when you do stuff, you kind of put yourself out there a little bit, and it can be terribly frightening, especially because one of people's and humans' favourite pastimes is to be really judgmental and critical of people. And if you go on Twitter, you see a lot of people being mean about other people. And I have two Twitter accounts. I have at Chris Brock and I have at Chris Brock Photo. So at Chris Brock Photo is just my regular one, and people rant on there about politics and people criticise Extinction Rebellion, and 99% of the people on there are people doing nothing who are criticising people doing something. So keep that in mind, because when you do something, it's easy to get a lot of flack. So, you know, I do these videos, I write my books, I take photos and I share it all online, and you know, there are people out there going, oh God, Chris has done another one of his photos. But you know, those people, they don't need to pay attention to me. They can just unsubscribe or block me or just go away. And also, I don't need to pay attention to them, because these are people who are doing nothing and they're criticising people doing something. So all the grief that Extinction Rebellion have got, and all the grief that people like Greenpeace get, people who are actually doing something, 99% of that comes from people who are doing nothing. So their opinion is not valid, if you ask me. So when you get out there and you get all the, you're afraid of criticism, keep in mind who it's coming from. These are people who, you you don't owe them anything. They're being critical of you. They're not contributing. They're not doing anything. They're not doing anything apart from sitting at home, moaning and being miserable. Whereas when you're out there, the people you need to be paying attention to are the people who are also out there doing stuff, and they're the kind of people who are going to pull you up, and they're going to celebrate you, and they're going to say, okay, I see what you're doing, it might not be working, but try this, and you know, this might work for you a bit better. So it's about just being out there, being brave, ignoring the people who shouldn't be paying attention to, and the people who are criticizing you because they're not doing anything. And on my alternative Twitter account, I've just decided that I'm just going to block people. I'm going to tune into people I think are interesting, who are doing stuff, and it's a much nicer place there because I've tuned out all of those people who are being critical. So keep in mind who you're trying to impress. Who's your audience? Is it the people who are going to slag you off? Is it the people who are going to say, oh God, there you go again with another one of your daft projects? Or is it the people who are going to raise you up and say, I like what you're doing, let's do it together, let's create something, let's change the world? Alright, there's a little thought for today. I hope that helps. We all need a bit of encouragement, and it's not going to come from the people who are sitting around moaning and doing nothing and ultimately contributing nothing. It's going to come from the people who celebrate, and that should also be a sign that we need to celebrate together. Alright, cheers. Bye.